Hello there, you're watching Rajya Sabha television. My name is Aishwarya Kapoor. Well, the Samajwadi Party feud is likely to end in a battle for the party's symbol cycle, with the loyalists of both Akhilesh Yadav and Mulayam Singh Yadav now preparing to approach the Election Commission over this. Well, that is our top focus in news at 10. Let us take a look at the headlines first. Akhilesh Yadav made Samajwadi Party chief. Shivpal Yadav removed as the state party president. Mulayam Singh terms decisions illegal. Feud over party symbol likely to reach Election Commission. Banks announce a cut in lending rates. State Bank, PNB, UIB slash benchmark rates by up to 90 basis points. Fuel prices hiked, a third increase in petrol prices in a month, costlier by 1.29 rupees. Diesel hiked by 97 paise a litre. Two Indians among 39 killed in mass shooting at Istanbul nightclub on New Year's Eve. Victims identified as Abis, Hasn, Rizvi and Khushi, Shah. Manhunt on for the attacker. And Somdev Devvarman announces retirement from professional tennis, says a right time to quit as the passion with which he played earlier was dying. Well, our top focus this hour, so Samajwadi Party is likely to move with the Election Commission to take a claim to fight on the party symbol in the upcoming UP elections. Well, the cycle symbol faces the threat of being frozen if rival factions of the ruling party in the state stake claim to it. Well, the move has been necessitated after the faction headed by Akhilesh Yadav made him the party's national president at a convention on Sunday. Well, Akhilesh's camp has authorized him to constitute a national executive, a parliamentary board and various state units as required, and inform the Election Commission of the developments at the earliest. Now, should Akhilesh stake a claim for the symbol, then the Election Commission would have to give notice to the other side and go through the process of hearing both the factions before deciding one way or the other. And earlier, the special national executive of the Samajwadi Party, convened by Ramgopal Yadav on Sunday, elected Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav as the party's national president. Now, Mulayam Singh and Shivpal were not present at the meeting, but soon after, Mulayam Singh termed the decision as unconstitutional. He later expelled cousin Ramgopal Yadav from the party. He, however, postponed a national convention that he had called on 5th of January.
Lucknow's Gyaneshwar Mishra Park witnessed a high-voltage political battle between the warring factions of the Samajwadi Party on Sunday. While Akhilesh Yadav was crowned party chief, the convention also displaced Shivpal Yadav from the post of state president and expelled Amar Singh, Mulayam's aide, who has been held responsible by the Akhilesh camp for scripting the internal feud.
पार्टी के प्रदेश अध्यक्ष मनमाने तरीके से नेताजी के नाम पर फैसले लेते रहे, असंवैधानिक फैसले लेते रहे। पार्टी के पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड की कोई मीटिंग नहीं बुलाई गई। इसके बाद भी पार्टी के उम्मीदवारों का डिक्लेरेशन होता रहा।
The Akhilesh camp claimed support of 200 out of the 229 MLAs, around 30 MLCs and a majority of office bearers of district units. Soon after being proposed as the national president of the party, Akhilesh Yadav said his respect for his father was more than ever and that he would stand against those conspiring against the party.
जो मेरी जिम्मेदारी है बेटे की हैसियत से, अगर पार्टी बचानी पड़े तो पार्टी बचाएंगे, अगर परिवार के लोगों को बचाना पड़ेगा तो परिवार के लोगों पर सहयोग खड़ेंगे, अगर मुझे कोई भी त्याग करना पड़ेगा, कोई भी जिम्मेदारी लेनी पड़ेगी केवल बचाने के लिए, तो मैं आगे आऊंगा।
In a clear shift of the balance of power in the party, top SP leaders from the old guard, including Raman Singh and Vice President Kiranmoy Nanda, attended the meet and extended support to Akhilesh. Nanda and Naresh Agarwal, however, were later expelled from the party by Mulayam Singh. Meanwhile, Akhilesh supporters continued to chant for their leader, even writing letters in blood. Mulayam Singh Yadav, however, termed the National Convention unconstitutional and dismissed the proposals passed in it as illegal. He announced the decision to expel Ram Gopal Yadav for 6 years after a meeting of the party's Central Parliamentary Board, which was attended by Shivpal Yadav. The letter issued after the Parliamentary Board meeting attended by Shivpal blamed Ram Gopal Yadav for conspiring to harm the party.
Mulayam Singh Yadav seems to have taken the risk of handling Akhilesh as a rebel in the party. With UP elections just days away, this decision will create confusion among the party cadre. It may also result in split in the party's vote share. But the pertinent question remains, will this feud help the Samajwadi party reap electoral benefits, or it will result in electoral disaster? Reporting from Lucknow, with camera person Shiv Kumar, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
And various political parties have reacted to the fast-paced political developments in Uttar Pradesh. Now, the BJP and the Congress have said that this has dented the image of the party further in the state. The left, however, hope that Akhilesh will follow the Samajwadi principles and guide his party in the future.
Taking the people for granted. People are very unhappy, very upset. They will reject the Samajwadi party in last second bar. Already, people are disillusioned with the Samajwadi party misrule because of corruption, because of lawlessness, and now because of this family feud.
इससे समाजवादी पार्टी का कोई अच्छा इमेज नहीं बन रहा. इससे आवाम के अंदर बहुत बुरा असर पड़ रहा है और समाजवादी पार्टी के लीडरों की इस झगड़े से उत्तर प्रदेश के आवाम को कोई खुशी नहीं हो रही है.
उनको तो हम मतलब यही शुभकामनाएं देंगे कि जिम्मेदारी को वो पूरा करें, और ये भी हम अपेक्षा करते हैं कि समाजवादी सिद्धांतों के आधार पर वो समाजवादी पार्टी को यूपी के अंदर आगे ले जाएं और देश में भी.
मैं समझता हूं कि मुलायम सिंह जी को इस बात का आभास हो गया था कि पार्टी में अखिलेश यादव की लोकप्रियता काफी है और उनको नजरअंदाज नहीं किया जा सकता.
And now let's go across to my colleague Kriti, who is joining us live from Lucknow. She is tracking all those developments in Uttar Pradesh very, very closely. Kriti, now there's no let-up in the crisis really within the Samajwadi party, and the question has now come to who controls the cycle symbol. Ball is definitely in the Election Commission's court now. What can we expect in the day-to-day?
Well, that's right, Aishwarya. In the latest development and in a sharp U-turn of events, the National Convention convened by the party patriarch Mulayam Singh Yadav has been put on hold right now. In fact, yesterday he had convened a National Convention of the party on January 5th at the same place where Akhilesh held his special National Convention, just to send out a strong message. Now, since yesterday speculation was rife that Akhilesh's camp would try to sabotage the National Convention convened by Mulayam Singh Yadav. In fact, they were discussing one of the probable options that the venue of the convention should be changed from Lucknow to Delhi. In fact, today Shivpal is leaving for Delhi and is likely to be accompanied by Mulayam Singh Yadav, and they're likely to approach the Election Commission. But I reiterate, Aishwarya, script or no script, power struggle or an attempt to grab headlines, Samajwadi party really needs to introspect whether it will gain political dividends or it will result in electoral fiasco. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Right. Also, Kriti, now Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also going to be in Lucknow today. He is going to address a Parivartan rally there. So, big question, will he really hit out at the Samajwadi party?
Well, Aishwarya, it's a very crucial rally as far as because the Prime Minister would be addressing it right after the demonetization grace period ended, and also at a time when the feud or the infighting within the Samajwadi party has reached its peak. So party insiders are telling that Prime Minister would be talking about corruption, about black money, about digital transactions and about economic reforms. But it would be interesting to see how the entire development would play out and whether Prime Minister touches on the internal feud that is going on in the first family of Uttar Pradesh, that is the Yadav family and the Samajwadi party. Aishwarya?
Right. Kriti, thank you so much for all those developments, details there. You keep tracking all those developments in Uttar Pradesh. We'll keep coming back to you. Meanwhile, let's talk about the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's rally. Well, he will address a public rally in Lucknow today. Now, this will be the first rally after the expiry of 50-day grace period of demonetization. Well, the Prime Minister is expected to make some important announcements at the rally ahead of the UP polls. Also coming as it does as the internal fight within the ruling Samajwadi Party plays out in Uttar Pradesh, the rally has assumed more significance. All the senior state leaders are now putting in their might to make this rally a success. Cabinet ministers and MPs representing Uttar Pradesh at the centre have also reached the state capital. Now, Party Chief Amit Shah is also expected to share the days with the Prime Minister. Now, while the people are expecting some crucial UP-specific announcements from the Prime Minister, the state leadership thinks that he would focus his speech more on the issue of corruption, digital transactions and economic reforms, besides discussing the state affairs. Well, apart from Amit Shah, the likes of Rajnath Singh, Kalraj Mishra, Uma Bharti and party's national office bearers are also likely to be present on the stage with the Prime Minister. Well, the party is expecting over 10 lakh people to be present for this rally. On to some other news now. We'll continue the attack on the note ban decision. The opposition parties attacked the Prime Minister for failing to show sensitivity towards people's pain due to demonetization in his address to the nation. While the Congress called Narendra Modi a merchant of false promises, the left attacked him for delivering a budget speech in view of the forthcoming assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh. The NDA, however, once again said that the Prime Minister's New Year's Eve announcement will benefit poor and farmers.
मुझे लगता है कि 2017 का एजेंडा भी इसके साथ ले होगा, जिसमें अधिक साधनों का व्यय सरकार करेगी कि अर्थव्यवस्था और बड़ी हो और विश्व की सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बने। मैं देखता हूं कि 2017 में गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज टैक्स लागू भी हो जाएगा।
जब तक यह वर्ग समृद्धशाली नहीं होंगे, जब तक यह ताकतवर नहीं होंगे, तब तक भारत भी किसी भी सूरत में समृद्धशाली भारत नहीं बन सकता, ताकतवर भारत नहीं बन सकता है।
He has not solved any problems of the people, common people who are suffering because of demonetization. He did not touch the farmers' issue, except that the loan, what he is going to give is with less interest.
अमीरों के साथ है ये सरकार और आम जनता के ऊपर आर्थिक शोषण को और तेज कर रहे हैं। ये स्पष्ट रूप से नजर आ गई सबको।
ये जरूर उनसे सुनना चाहते थे कि अब तक कितने डिपॉजिट हो गया, ये जो कैश का संकट खड़ा हुआ है वो कैसे उसका समाधान होगा।
Meanwhile, in related news, the Congress party will launch a nationwide movement in 3 phases from today against demonetization. Well, the party has dubbed it as the biggest scam of the independent India. Well, the party on a Sunday alleged that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's New Year's Eve speech of demonetization has turned out to be an uncontrolled forest fire and has claimed several lives and crippled the economy of the country. Now, hitting out at the Prime Minister for calling note ban a Shuddhi Yagna, senior Congress leader Prithviraj Chauhan said that the Prime Minister did not provide any data on how much black money was wiped out due to demonetization. He also claimed that the scheme of financial assistance to pregnant women was actually started by the UPA government. Chauhan further said that the speech also did not have any clarity on the legal issues raised over note ban and compensation for deaths due to demonetization exercise.
What was said in the speech, he did not give any hard data. He did not tell us how much money had come back. In fact, he doesn't have to tell us. We know for a fact that entire amount of black money, which was of the people, has been allowed to be converted to white money.
On to some other news. Well, after experiencing a surge of deposits, now banks have announced a rate cut in lending rates for maturities on Sunday. Well, the country's largest lender, State Bank of India, has slashed the lending rate by 0.9% across various maturities. Well, the bank has also reduced MCLR from 8.9% to 8% for 1-year tenure. Well, other public sector lenders, Punjab National Bank and the Union Bank of India have also brought down the benchmark interest rate by by up to 0.9%. Now, PNB has cut its one-year MCLR rate by 0.7% to 8.45% from 9.15%. Similarly, Union Bank of India has also reduced its MCLR by 0.65 to 0.9% to 8.65%. Well, the move comes after Prime Minister Narendra Modi asked banks to pay special attention towards the need of poor and middle class.
अपील की थी कि बैंकों को विचार करना चाहिए गरीबों के लिए, विकास के लिए और नए नए उपकरण करने चाहिए। तो आज कुछ बैंकों ने अपने बेस इंटरेस्ट रेट में कमी की है, यह बहुत ही प्रसन्नता की बात है। मैं ऐसे सारे बैंकों का अभिनंदन करता हूं। नोटबंदी का कार्यक्रम देश को बदलने का कार्यक्रम है।
And the price of petrol has been hiked by 1.29 rupees per litre and that of diesel by 97 paise per litre. Well, the revised rates are effective from midnight. In a statement, the nation's biggest fuel retailer, Indian Oil Corporation, said that the current level of international product prices of petrol and diesel and rupee-US dollar exchange rates warrants a decrease in the selling price of petrol and diesel. Well, IOC further said that it would continue to monitor the development of prices in the international oil market and also the rupee-dollar exchange rate and revise prices accordingly. Now, after the hike, these will be the new rates of fuel. And now a look at what all will be making news through the day. Here is the day ahead. To find a solution to the vexed issue of fishermen, India and Sri Lanka will hold a second ministerial level meeting in Colombo today. But the meeting comes amid frequent incidents of Sri Lankan Navy personnel firing at Indian fishermen fishing in the Park Strait and seizing their boats. The first round of discussions was held in November in New Delhi with a view to arrive at a permanent solution to the issue. The Supreme Court will pronounce its crucial order in the BCCI versus Lodha committee matter today. Well, apart from the larger issue of reconstitution of the board, the future of BCCI President Anurag Thakur hangs in balance. Well, the Lodha panel has put forward the name of former Home Secretary G.K. Pillai to oversee the BCCI administration, as it wants the current office bearers to be removed for not implementing its recommendations in full. Nepal Prime Minister Pushp Kamal Dahal will table the Constitution Amendment Bill in Parliament today. Well, an agreement was reached on Saturday between the senior leaders of CP and Maoists and the leaders of Madheshi Morcha to support the holding of local elections. Well, the amendment bill aims to accommodate the demands of the agitating Madheshi and ethnic groups that includes citizenship and boundary demarcation issues, among others. And in news at 10, time for a very short break. We'll be back with lots more. Stay tuned.
विजय लक्ष्मी पंडित, संयुक्त राष्ट्र महासभा की पहली महिला अध्यक्ष, देश की पहली महिला कैबिनेट मंत्री, भारतीय संविधान सभा की सदस्य, लोकसभा में फूलपुर सीट की नुमाइंदगी, संयुक्त राष्ट्र मानवाधिकार परिषद में देश का प्रतिनिधित्व। विजय लक्ष्मी पंडित के नाम है उपलब्धियां अनेक। नेहरू परिवार की ये सदस्य है देश की सफलतम राजनीतिज्ञों में से एक। अमीर खुसरो देहलवी, सूफी संगीतज्ञ और शायर, हिंदी खड़ी बोली के पहले लोकप्रिय कवि, कव्वाली के जन्मदाता। उत्तर प्रदेश के पटियाली में जन्मे खुसरो हिंदी के अलावा फारसी में भी लिखते थे कलाम। फारसी शायरी में शेख सादी और हाफिज के समकक्ष खुसरो ने हिंदी कविता में भी खूब कमाया नाम। तबला और सितार जैसे संगीत यंत्रों का किया आविष्कार और भारतीय लोक कला को दुनिया भर में दिलाई पहचान।
Art arisen from a multi-hued cultural canvas. Tradition and cultural fervour dating back centuries. And encircling them all, there's a magic that awes. Embrace your nation's brilliant human warmth. Watch Colours of India, Sundays at 9:30 p.m. on Rajya Sabha Television.
Welcome back. Now, suspected Pakistan-affiliated operatives have hacked the official website of the elite National Security Guard, or the NSG, and they have defaced it with a message against the Prime Minister and also anti-India content. The official said that the hacking attempt was noticed early on Sunday, and the URL was blocked soon after by the counter-terror forces from its headquarters. Well, the hackers, identifying themselves as a lone injector, posted the offensive content on the site's homepage. The official sources said that the hacking attempt could have been carried out by Pakistan-affiliated hackers, though they were still trying to ascertain the exact details in this regard. Well, the website belonging to the Black Cat Commandos is maintained from the UNSG headquarters in Delhi, and it gives out basic information about the force, its origin and operations. Well, the matter has been brought to the notice of the National Informatics Centre, and remedial action is in process. Meanwhile, Pakistan has said that India's bid at the United Nations to ban Masood Azhar was politically motivated and replete with frivolous information. Now, this comment comes 2 days after Pakistan's close ally China blocked the proposal to get the JEM chief and Pathankot attack mastermind listed as a global terrorist. Now, Pakistan has said that in the coming days, Pakistan will share with the United Nations and the members of the international community what it claims is additional evidence of Indian involvement in terrorism in Pakistan. Well, China had blocked India's proposal to get Pakistan-based Azhar listed as a global terrorist by the United Nations, citing lack of consensus on the issue. Well, in the last 9 months, China has twice put a technical hold on listing Azhar as a designated terrorist that would have forced the imposition of asset freeze and a travel ban on him by countries including Pakistan. And in the other top story, well, 2 Indians are among the 39 killed in the mass shooting at an Istanbul nightclub on New Year's Eve. Well, the deceased Indians have been identified as Abis Hasn Rizvi, son of former Rajya Sabha MP and noted builder of Bandra in Mumbai, Akhtar Hassan Rizvi, and Khushi Shah from Gujarat. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed condolences over these deaths. Well, the attack suspect, who was apparently dressed as a Santa Claus, forced his way into the New Year party being held at one of the best nightclubs in Istanbul, the Rainer Club, and he fired bullets on the partygoers after midnight. More than 600 people were present in the nightclub at the time. Well, apart from 2 Indians, at least 15 foreigners were killed in the attack and 70 others were injured. Meanwhile, a manhunt is on in Turkey to search for the assailant. No group has still claimed responsibility for this attack.
Bilgi çerçevesinde bir kişi olduğu gözüküyor. Yani birden fazla kişi değil. Ve bir mont, pantolon şeklinde içeriye silahla tarayarak.
News from the Middle East now. And the United Nations Security Council has unanimously approved a resolution supporting a Russian-Turkish peace initiative for Syria, including an ongoing ceasefire. Well, the resolution has called for rapid, safe and unhindered delivery of humanitarian aid throughout Syria. Well, the resolution also welcomed plans for talks in Kazakhstan between the Syrian government and the opposition ahead of resumption of UN broker talks in Geneva in February. Now, Russia and Turkey announced the 3rd ceasefire last week, seeking to end nearly 6 years of war in Syria.
in favor of this resolution because it strikes the right balance, cautious optimism and support, predicated on hope, but tempered by a realistic need to wait to see how this arrangement is implemented before casting the full weight of the Security Council behind it. We would highlight 2 key points. Our hope is that a ceasefire will truly hold.
Очень важная инициатива. Говорит она, как это подтверждает и принятая нами сегодня резолюция о необходимости соблюдения, установления, переустановления в Сирии режима прекращения боевых действий, о проведении очень важной встречи в столице Казахстана, которая через 2,5 часа.
News from the United States. And expelled Russian diplomats from the country left Washington on Sunday. Well, this comes after US President Barack Obama ordered the expulsion of 35 Russian suspected spies and imposed sanctions on 2 Russian intelligence agencies last month over the hacking of US political groups during the 2016 presidential election. Now, Russian President Vladimir Putin decided not to expel anyone in retaliation, saying that he would consider the actions of President-elect Donald Trump, who takes office on 20th of January, when deciding on further steps in Russia-US relations. And one of India's most promising tennis stars, Somdev Devvarman, has announced his retirement from professional tennis. Now, Devvarman, currently 909th in the ATP rankings, has been missing from the circuit for a few months. Well, his 8-year-long professional career was hampered by a recurring shoulder injury in 2012. Now, Somdev won the singles gold medal at the 2010 Commonwealth Games and Asian Games. He also made it to the finals of 2 ATP Tour events, the 2009 Chennai Open as a wild card and at the 2011 South Africa Open. Well, in a Twitter message on Sunday, Somdev thanked his fans for all the support. Remember, he was conferred the country's 2nd highest sporting honour, the Arjuna Award, in 2011. That's all in this news bulletin. Thanks for watching.